And when that youngster gets down here, if her parents want to bring her up closer to the handrail, you're more than welcome. That way she doesn't have to look over all of us tall folks. You want to come down a little closer so you don't have to look over all of us tall folks? That's it. Your mom can come in behind you. You can come right up into here. You can help me answer some questions. Oh, Grandma. Okay. Well, I'm not very good at aging folks. So good. Anyway, alrighty. This is known as the Christmas tree because of the snow. It looks like a Doug fir with snow coming down on the big branches. It is also known as the zoo. And the reason is because in this formation, there are some animal forms. So who do you think that looks like up on top? An octopus. I like that. I'm going to use that in my next tour, okay? So we have an octopus. We have, who do you think that looks like? A goat, shaggy bear, shaggy dog. Lots of ideas for this guy. Down in here, what do you think? Crocodile. Alligator. Turtle. Lizard. I think so. Then we get crocodile. That's right. That's a good one. Okay, then we get into here. Think vegetable. Broccoli. Broccoli and mushroom are the top two. We get into here. This one I recognize. You go out to your garden or the store and you bring home a beautiful head of cauliflower. It's nice and creamy white. You put it in the refrigerator. You forget it. You leave it there one day too long and it looks just like that.
Because nobody ever eats it.
No. We get that for an idea, but then it just never really comes to fruition. Okay, this one over here is called the pipe organ. And if any of you have been in this big cathedral in the States or overseas, you would recognize this before it was broken. It would look like a pipe organ, but people broke it off in places, broke stalactites off of it. Again, this is calcite. They climbed all over it. One of the things you'll see inside, you can see a crystalline inside. Long time ago, when this was still intact, they used to put candles in here, so it would have been really beautiful. It also has translucent properties, so I can actually shine my flashlight through the rock. You don't get to see that very often, and you'll see the light on the other side. So again, the candles would have been stunning.
How thick is that right there?
Never really measured it, but over here it's a little thicker. Over here it's probably, I don't know, about like that. I'm not sure. I've never gone down and actually measured it. But anyway, so it would have been really, really beautiful with those candles in it. So now we're going to go down a little further.
When they broke it off, were they just trying to get crystals or something?
No, what they were doing is they were trying to take souvenirs home to show folks that they had been brave and came down into the cave system. So they took souvenirs. And unfortunately, this one is no longer growing. Our geologist said this one over here, the Christmas tree, took approximately 8,000 years to form. So it's not really growing anymore either. And up here on your left, when you come down into this area, are we almost down? Almost? Okay. When you come down in this area on your left, on this ledge, you're going to see a pack rat nest. And it looks like the forest floor because it is the forest floor. The little pack rats go out. They are picking up fir needles from the trees, some of the larch needles, ponderosa pine needles. They're bringing in pine cone scales that have seed in them, little pieces of wood, maybe little tips of the trees at the ends, and maybe some other goodies that they found up there that they found really enticing, kind of looks like a treasure to decorate their little nest. They're known as trade rats because they have this habit of when they go out, for example, when they go up to eat dinner, they find something that they think is a treasure, they want to bring it back in. On their way back, they come across something they like better, so they tend to drop the first item, pick up the second item, and bring that in. And actually, as we get down to the very end and we're talking about a really old midden down there, that's a really good reason why scientists love pack rat middens for historical data. Okay, it's a great habit. So now we'll go down. And when you come through this area, you'll want to be careful. You don't want to step off the trail here. This is a stalagmite that's currently growing up. As just a couple days ago, it had water dripping off of it from the wall above us. But again, we're starting to dry out, so it's going to be resting pretty much until next spring. Okay, on this side, this is called green eggs and bacon. You've heard of green eggs and ham. Somebody named this green eggs and bacon because they thought this looked like a strip of bacon. And this obviously looks like green eggs in a fry pan. Now, the green that you're going to see in different places, like right there, or like these eggs, this is caused by our tour lights. Photosynthesis requires moisture and light. So this is a very dark cave. But the tour lights being on for 2 hours a day created the photosynthesis presence, so that it started growing. So it's algae. We've changed out the tour lights, so we're not contributing anymore. But we don't want to scrub these off because the limestone, again, is soft and we don't want to damage them. So you will find that in most of the places where our lights are on a feature or a formation. And this one was growing. It had water dripping off of this wall, but for some reason the water stopped on this side and it moved over to this side. So up in here we have calcite formations over here. They're really beautiful. They're growing. They have water dripping off of them in different places. Up there, there are a couple of stalactites hanging down. There's one on the left. Looks like maybe a prehistoric dinosaur.